gonna fly, you already know.
Hello, World Bald Eagle, coming at you with another video. So preseason games for the NFL start today. As I'm recording this, there are going to be some games played tonight, and the Philadelphia Eagles play the Baltimore Ravens August 15th at 7 p.m. Very excited for that. The last time the Eagles went against the Ravens in the preseason was during the 2024 season, where the Eagles defeated them 24-19. Just a bunch of backup players. That's when the Ravens had a new defensive coordinator starting. So it was a good game at that time. None of the players that were starters really played, but it was definitely a good preseason game, and I'm looking forward to another one like that. Coach Sirianni on starters playing.
Yeah, we'll see. Obviously we got to get through this week, and that's at the end of the week. We talk through everything. Everything's usually fluid in that matter, and we'll see how that.
See, in my opinion on that, I feel like maybe the starters should play maybe a rep, just because you're trying to implement a new offense that they haven't ran in live situations before. So you might just want to test it out. But then on the other hand, it's probably a better idea to not do it at all, because you don't want some undrafted guy trying to make the team injure one of your star players because he's just going that hard in a preseason game. So it's one of those things that you really never know which direction you should go with it. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. And I feel like that's kind of what they need to do right now. Maybe they shouldn't play the starters. Kalen Hurts and the interception controversy at practice with Quinyon Mitchell. I mean, that's exactly what it is, a controversy, because a lot of other quarterbacks, they throw interceptions at camp and during practices and during the regular season. As a quarterback, you're going to throw an interception, but when it's Hurts, it's going to get that much more magnified. But everybody else is throwing interceptions in camp as well. And, you have the media team, they have to showcase both sides of the ball. You have somebody like Quinyon Mitchell that Eagles fans know is a great defensive back, but he has terrible hands. So that video was just not only a highlight of the defense, it was a highlight for Quinyon Mitchell, because hopefully that's what we're going to be seeing this season, because we already know he shut things down. But hopefully he could jump some routes and get some picks, because that's what that really showcased for me. It also showcased that Hollywood Brown did not drive on the ball like he was supposed to, but nevertheless, it's an interception at camp, and that's just what it is.
Listen, we're in a different age now. I don't think this is a big deal. I really don't. But I know in the age of social media and people drag people and make funny comments, and because of some of the perceptions and the talk around Jalen Hurts, it's blown up. I get that. I want to sit there and go, no big deal. No big deal. Who cares? Right? I mean, the DBs are going, wait, we show the DBs getting torched all the time by the quarterback and the starting receiver. And so now they make a play and they go, wait, we're not allowed to show that? I mean, first off, Jalen Hurts is going to throw an interception this year. Ding, ding, ding. And he's throwing interceptions in practice already. So that's where it's just like Johnny the plumber in his mom's basement blows this crap up more than what it needs to be.
I'm not sure if it was released by the Chiefs staff, but we definitely seen Mahomes throwing the ball at the center's head the other day. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's training camp, it's practice. So it's always going to be a double standard for Hurts. And speaking of double standard for Hurts, you have WIP asking that question. And it's just silly, because a lot of it comes from you guys. You always saying the things you're saying. You're not appreciative of the home quarterback. So all this double standard talks that you're asking about now, it's kind of silly, because it comes from you a lot. Expectation from the Eagles rookies right now is something that's kind of like it's up in the air, because you have Mekhi Lemon. He always has hamstring injuries and he's not really practicing like that. And I know that it's just for safety precautions, but as a wide receiver, you need to get those reps in with the quarterback, because you heard Hurts, he keeps raving about Darius Cooper, because that's a big time replacement for him as far as he's concerned, trying to fill a different gap. But you have Mekhi Lemon, he's not practicing. You have Eli Stowers that Eagles fans are doubting. But I feel like everybody can relax a little bit. We still have some tight ends on the team, and it can bring Stowers some time to get acclimated to the offense and what's going on the NFL level. And Mekhi Lemon, I honestly feel like the Eagles are just resting him during camp. I feel like he's still going to contribute, because the type of offense they're running, they're going to need somebody with his skill set, a guy that's twitchy and fast and also strong getting through tackles, because they need that yak this season. They need the run after catch. They need the yards after catch. However you want to put it, they need that this season. So the preseason game on Saturday is definitely something to look forward to. Eagles football action. I know a lot of people don't care about the preseason, but the preseason is when you get to see some guys that might have to come in when a starter gets injured. And the preseason kind of lets you know, okay, if somebody ever went down, we're good in this position. If somebody ever went down, we need help in this position. So it's a good thing to watch. A lot of guys are going to be fighting for their roster spots. And the Eagles have something a lot of teams don't have. A lot of guys on the bench for the Eagles, guys that are fighting to make roster spots, are possible starters on other teams. So it's going to be a fun preseason game as far as I'm concerned. You have Moro, Ojomo, and Fred Johnson get into it in practice today.
This is whatever people are like, you're 7 minutes in, you started with the word fight, you haven't even talked about it. Let's get into it. It was team drills pretty late in practice, and there was some extra pushing and shoving between Fred Johnson and Moro Ojomo on a play, and it looked like Big Fred kind of like landed on him a little bit. Moro took exception. They get up, and they squared up. I mean, this was not some just like pushing match. They legitimately squared up against each other, and it got broken up, and they separated. But then this is where I think the coaching staff really made a mistake. They let them both stay out on the field for the next rep.
Yeah, you don't do that. You're just asking for trouble if you do that. I mean, just keep them apart. Practice is almost over.
Yeah, so they get back out there. There's another play, and I think everyone was just watching those two, and sure enough, they get into it again. Kind of a little bit of a melee, and then it finally seems like it's over, but Moro was still heated, and he kind of like went around the edge of all the players, and he speared Fred Johnson. He hit him like below the knees. It was one of the more dangerous things I've seen in a training camp fight.
And it's practice, and people fight at camp and stuff like that as part of the NFL, but they got to keep things a little more tight than that. They seem to be trying to injure each other, and that's not cool. But, in Moro Ojomo's defense, he wants his money in. He's seen his guys get paid. This is the season he's trying to put that work in to get paid. He's not trying to get hurt in training camp and be out for the year to a backup guy. I rock with Fred Johnson too, so it's no disrespect to him, but it's just what it is. You can't be going against each other in that manner, trying to get each other hurt. But hopefully those guys get over that. But looking forward to the game on Saturday. Definitely be back at you with some info about that. Go Birds.
Them birds gonna fly, you already know. Rain, sleet, or snow, Eagles train to go. Say what you want about our QB and coach, but all they do is win, put their feet on your throat. Them birds gonna fly, you already know. Rain, sleet, or snow, Eagles train to go. Say what you want about our QB and coach, but all they do is win, put their feet on your throat.